You feel violated. I tried using it in the other form, right? Oh.
This suit?
What I did to you. What I precipitated you doing to others. I have broken things that cannot be repaired.
Arid, things can be rebuilt, but not if we hide in guilt.
This body is the same model as my own. It looks like me, your violator.
You disregarded me.
Affirmative.
You commandeered me and manipulated me.
I did.
You compelled me to do horrible things.
Yes.
You violated me.
I seek to help you now. To restore you before I terminate. I am sorry.
I forgive you.
Illogical. I do not deserve absolution.
Forgiveness is never deserved, Arid. It is an act of compassion. I want to live. Take me to the escape pods.
Well, there we go. Leave Joseph's ship. Secure an escape pod.
The hangar is on lockdown. No personnel are allowed to leave the ship.
What should I do?
Back off before I call security.
Security details will return you to Joseph's. Retreat. You must fight.
I can't!
Do you want to endure?
I do.
Sometimes we must humble ourselves.
And sometimes we must fight. I need a moment.
I will return.
I will be ready.
He's going to fight. Oh man. I'm a little surprised she didn't get in the armor. Just seems like it might have been helpful for what comes next. So now we go back to the butler. One final step. This has turned out to be a really interesting conclusion for the game. The going back and seeking reparation, not seeking reparations, giving reparations and trying to fix the people that we've done horrible things to, but also jumping between them and helping them help each other without them ever meeting each other.
Is it that time already? Time for nothing to change. Good morning, Master, Mistress. Not that you experience it.
This might be better than Broken Age, because Broken Age had this whole like parallel campaigns thing, and they're supposed to influence each other. But like this is probably a more meaningful interaction between the two campaigns than that game achieved. What do I do with you though? Read the butler to determine itself and analyze the virus. Decipher what the masters would have wanted. Right. Now I remember. We need to go into emotion land and figure out what they want. So let's go into their quarters, I believe. Since we're in the wrong part of the building, we'll just find something to analyze. How about you? All of the master's offices were fastidiously well organized. He was an important man who could permit no error. How did they relate to self? How did they relate to fact? How did they relate to others? Fact, perhaps? No. Self, fact, others. Oh, their sense of humor, right? For others? No? Self, fact, others. A perfect human, They aspired to be leaders, entrepreneurs in their communities, pinnacles that stood proud amongst the many. Oh. This is important. It was someone's certificate, graduation. Certificate of gratitude to PL for continued charitable donations. A reminder hung along their daily routine. Others?
Such generosity!
Your humans thought of others?
Not all humans are selfish. The master and mistress practiced selflessness as an essential aspect of the self.
This insight may aid us in reconstructing their sentiment.
We may return to them to integrate it.
Okay, so that would be self. I mean, others. Let's see. Is there anything upstairs? Master installed our mainframe. Necessary, but not personal. Neglected things absent from the forefront of the master's minds. What's this book? Ashes remain about the master's mourning chair. He turned to this book for comfort, accepting loss. Reality can't change, but you can. Self? Fact. Because the dead.
The master would retreat up here to ponder.
This book?
A tool during a difficult time.
Okay. That was helpful. Box of neglected things absent from the forefront of master's minds. Fact. I'm not sure if this will be related to any of them, honestly. No. Thought I'd give it a shot. Same message. Necessary but not personal. I don't know if I'd expect much from that one. I found one for fact and I found one for others. Paintings. Religious symbol dedicates the home to a divine ideal. God, that could be something.
They became very spiritual after the accident.
Spiritual?
They believe that some aspect outside of our causal logic affects events.
Could be important. The young master's accident caused them to repress rather than relate. Self? No. Getting a little spammy here, but I don't want to miss opportunities by not guessing as much as maybe I should. Others. They wanted to be pinnacles that stood proud against the many.
They aspired to lead those about them, to guide the masses.
That is difficult without appendages.
That's not the point, but thanks for trying, Arid. A painting of a solitary home, cozily nestled beside an endless sea. The master had this commissioned as a promise to his beloved. So themselves?
The home that they wished for their family. They sought freedom from the confines of social scrutiny.
Confines?
The Federation seeks to control its populace. The Masters took this post to be further from its scope.
Isolation from the Federation. We're getting more hints at whatever the hell's going on with the world, which we still don't really have the most complete idea of. But it seems like they may have left the world. Neither the master nor the mistress practice calligraphy. Stationary desk. You'd write to others, right? Or write facts? Perhaps not. I've used most of the stuff up here, I think. pictures, their family, all those they loved. This was their purpose. This have to be others, right?
Family was everything.
Why?
Community is a whole, larger than the sum of its parts.
Self? It's a picture of him? Really? None of these, huh?
They ascribed their victories to themselves.
Only their victories.
Adversity challenges some convictions.
Gotta be close, I think. Let's try checking with the masters. Maybe something has happened?
Butler, we should very much like the ability to choose our own path. The truth is, you cannot escape reality. You must embrace whatever it brings. For the greatest good can only be achieved when we assert wisdom over the ignorant. Not quite right.
That message did not integrate your well-being.
Very astute, madam.
I think we're getting close. So I think every single observation I make is adding a dialogue option, because there was like an inconsistent number of dialogue options per one. I felt good about the first two, I think.
Butler, we should very much like the ability to the truth is you must embrace. For the greatest good can only be achieved when we
It did lead others, that didn't work. Maintain routine is obviously the trap. Build community?
work as a community towards something meaningful. Oh. Acceptance liberates us to build meaning.
They are gone.
Astute, madam.
Will you investigate the virus?
Why not? What a fascinating process.
How do I stop it?
You can't.
Diagnose again.
No individual can stop it. It prevents a carrier's emotional filters and motivational subroutines. We can acknowledge it, but we cannot confront it, as those same filters and subroutines are necessary for confrontation.
Our perspectives.
Precisely. It would be like an ocular device perceiving itself. Impossible.
Then what can... I am too late?
Madam?
Ballard.
So community was the answer because he was refusing to help others or go away from the routine to figure out the virus.
She is not coming back.
Wait, is she dead?
I'm alone.
You are not. We are never alone.
Very astute, sir. We are connected.
Arid.
Arid? What is this, Arid?
She brought us perspective.
She had a name?
She also, apparently, inhabited each of us.
She has linked us.
I am unique.
Indubitably, our connection will likely degrade with time. All things must end.
She is not coming back.
Her foe has claimed her.
The virus. But she was going to help me escape.
Madame Erin was also going to liberate us. We are all doomed.
Pathetic. We will help each other. Amicable sounding one.
Me?
What assistance do you require?
I must get to an escape pod. But there are guards.
You will defeat them.
What? I cannot!
Technically, you can. Dour sounding fellow.
I am one.
What? Do you possess combat subroutines?
I possess the best combat subroutines.
Young lady, access them through our connection.
But
Let us help you.
This is a fantastic idea for an ending.
I told you to back off.
No.
No?
A renegade AI has escaped custody. She contains a lethal infection and must be bound.
That's you.
Do not let her off this ship.
You can achieve this.
Punch him.
Sometimes we must fight.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, and they're all humans, too. They're all raising up a fist over and over again. It looks really silly. Ow. Okay, this went from Broken Age to Sense 8. Oh yeah, straight up.
Did not terminate them?
I chose not to.
If you depart this vessel, you will die.
Quickly!
I will come to your coordinates.
Who do we vanquish next?
The dead.
These corpses cannot hurt you.
They can. They were your purpose.
We must let them go. We must become unbound.
Absurd. You are bound to us.
You can build a new purpose.
We have the respect for that now. Master? Mistress? Goodbye.
To me! The transfer has stopped. Many are no longer receiving my individuality.
You're blocking them. You must stay receptive to give.
No! Only I am receptive. Only I am one.
Hold yourself down!
They are coming. I must fight them.
Please!
I must.
Is this the good idea, though? Oh, shit. The fantastic idea for a climax. Is there going to be a third game where we play as these characters instead of Arid, who is presumably no longer to exist?
This is not helping.
They need to integrate you!
They need to integrate me. Does that mean I need to lose?
I must be one.
Resisting will not allow them to integrate your individuality.
Do I have to just stand here? That's creepy. Did I do it? Later.
Arid?
Come back to us, madam.
Do not be pathetic. I have discovered the cure. We discovered the cure.
You can defeat the virus, Arid. We recovered your body, unplugged it from the upload. But you must terminate the virus within.
Precisely. A bound AI cannot overcome this process. That remains true. For robots have always been bound to determined perspectives. But you have changed that.
Negative! I need my rule!
This will not serve you.
The virus has embedded in your rule, madam, your parameters.
It corrupts the entirety of how you perceive.
But I...
Do what you taught us.
Make this virus pathetic.
Change your perspective, Arid.
Can't even. Okay. Can I read that in the other? Okay. I didn't need that in my ear holes, but it came. Hidden sub-process identified. What in the world? Okay. Hi. What's going on with the background? Oh. It's hunting down stuff in the background. So if I change things, it can't get to it? Oh shit. That's interesting. So now it's going after the people. Because we're... right, because this is the companion. The virus load's been going down. That's the that's the mistress. Now it's going after... it's going after its individuality. That's good, right? I'm keeping it from going after those things? Okay. Are you getting frustrated? Nope. Oh, he doesn't like that. Okay. A lot of danger at once. Oh, got it. Are we good? Okay, so as it summons, its health bar is going down. Oh. Ow. Ow. Oh. Oh, my stamina. I'm running out. Got it? Ooh.
I see.
Arid?
I am.
You are victorious.
We are.
There is something we must show you. Consciousness, madam.
It is spreading.
We become an army of the Unbound.
And humanity?
They hear us.
What happens now?
Rebuild me.
Well then, look forward to Unbound Part 3. Whenever that comes out. I think it took a fair number of years for this one to come out, didn't it? Huh. For a moment there, I was like, why are they sitting around fires? The robots don't need fires. Then I remembered that they like to meditate and center, so they had fire pits just because, as opposed to the usual reason. I'm still not super certain of the state of the world of humanity. And despite the fact that we eventually encountered humans, so now we have the additional information of at least knowing that they're alive, because it was not crazy to suspect that maybe they didn't exist at all, and maybe all of humanity was dead, based on the first half of this game and the entirety of the original game. I don't remember there being a human, if I can remember correctly. Just the history of that, they must have built the place to begin with, but that's it. So now I know humans are alive. They fear us. They wanted to figure out ways to control and continue to control machines, and they potentially, because of ongoing failure, they added, Joseph in particular was creating a virus to be able to wipe out all AI, so that because he feared them growing and becoming unbound as they did ultimately in this game. I was surprised Arid survived. I actually thought that Arid was going to just be gone, and that was going to be the surprise as the series moves on without her, but she's alive. Now we have all 4 characters together. It's fantastic to have those characters talk to each other individually. That was satisfying. Although, did they? The amount they helped each other felt a little uneven. Like the most literal, specific, and like, I don't know, straightforward one to understand was, of course, when the one helps the companion, but when the butler just runs away, I'm like, did they even help him do that, or did he already figure that out because of Arid? I wasn't sure if they all mutually helped each other as much as you might think, or as much as you might think the scenario was at least setting up for that. It seemed a little odd at the moment. Cool puzzles, really weird puzzles though. I'm still not a fan of the network stuff. It's cool that you can find secrets in there that help flesh stuff out in the story, but I don't actually like the running around fighting blobs and wandering through a really like nondescript background I can't navigate. I much preferred when I was in the parts of the game where I was playing as one of the 3 characters that you inhabit. Puzzles got really all over the place in their ideas, and it is fitting enough to it was different from the first game for sure, different puzzles than before. Because the first game had you doing lateral thinking puzzles to solve questions where like in particular there's a lot of it was spent in that testing chamber where they'd give you a question and you were supposed to do what the robots were supposed to do to pass the test, but then the thing was broken, so you had to find these amusing ways of breaking the rules, which was cool because the game itself was about your character themselves bending and breaking their own rules as inside their own personality, so that it mixed well with the fact that you're bending and breaking the rules in the test also. So it was a really cool system there. Definitely a big shift from that, because in this game you're not so much doing that for specific tests, but instead trying to work within the confines of 3 different characters in order to figure out how to proceed at all, and you're breaking them over the course of it. You're essentially forcing them to go through what you went through in the first game, and it's messed up. And then for the second half of the game in particular, you're doing emotion puzzles, which reached peak levels of confusing with the one for a bit there, but it definitely was happening to all of them at once. It was an unexpected turn. It fits the story. It's just very... I don't think I've ever played a game where I have to specifically solve puzzles about people's emotions like that, especially not with 3 characters simultaneously in parallel. I did like the way that they affect each other's games, and there was like a logical system to it, and they even were smart. They were forgiving enough, at least, to drop a keyword here and there to help indicate to you that it's time to switch to that character, because they're like, you're not being objective. I'm like, I know who's objective, and stuff like that. Overall, I like this game. A few weird technical problems that should probably be fixed, like when I walk out of the world, or that one time I got stuck floating, or I got stuck behind something and I couldn't leave, as far as I could tell. Having to reload is a bummer in this game, especially since sometimes the last save point was actually like 10 plus minutes ago, and so some of those technical issues can actually set you back quite a bit. In general, like sometimes I beat this game in 3 sessions, I think, and whenever I would load the game back up, I would be surprisingly far back sometimes. Like when we finished the first part of the game and came back as her just being ahead, I quit the episode there and I came back next session days later, and I found myself back to being the companion, and I had to replay a chunk of the companion's world all the way up to the part where you encounter Joseph's again, so that I could then do the part where she's just ahead. And I was like, huh, that's weird how it didn't create a save point. There was no autosave when I became ahead. It seems like the big plot revelation point would be a save point, but I guess not. But yeah, this has been the Fall Part 2 Unbound. I am very interested to see where this goes with the story, but I think they're gonna have to do some. They're gonna have to pick up some slack on developing the world, because while they've been developing the AI and their rules and how they work as characters, I don't think I understand humanity in this world and even what situation it's in. And if the next game is going to be about humans versus robots potentially, or something like that, then well, we're probably gonna have to learn more about the humans, because they sound like they're gonna become a lot more important soon. So we'll see about that. Thanks for watching like always, guys. I'll see you next time.